Hi there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Just wanted to share with you guys the stuff I've gotten in the last couple of weeks. I haven't really picked up that much stuff. Last time I picked up a bunch of stuff because I found some really good sales. This time I have really been trying to cut down on my expenses, and so far it's worked, but even so, I was able to pick up some really awesome stuff, some very little stuff, not that much to talk about per se, but still some really awesome stuff that I wanted to share with you guys. So, I didn't get to do this on my last pickup video, but a week after I recorded the last video, I was able to pick up a copy of this month's Club Nintendo. Like I mentioned before, I love this magazine. And this issue, they talk about the 20th anniversary of Star Fox, which is a character that Nintendo forgets a lot about. They haven't released that many games for Star Fox. They only released one on the Super, one on the 64, two on the GameCube, and the last one, which was the Star Fox 3D remake, and one on the DS. That's it. That's all they've released for Star Fox, and it's a shame that they never did something on the Wii, and I'm hoping they do something for him on the Wii U, because Star Fox is a great game, and they should really do that. Same thing with F-Zero. They went really crazy with F-Zero on the Game Boy Advance, but nothing on the Wii, and still hoping they do something either on the 3DS or the Wii U. But another thing they talk about is the new Injustice game. This is a fighting game developed by the team that made Mortal Kombat, and from what I've read in this, it sounds very interesting. Not only does it have the hook that it's done by the team that made Mortal Kombat, but also it seems to deal with their Elseworlds universe. And as I've mentioned a bunch of times before, I'm a huge mark for what-if stories. From what I've read in this, it appears that in one timeline, the Joker blew up Metropolis, killing everyone, and Superman went crazy, and it kind of sounds like he killed him. Then the DC heroes from the normal universe are trying to stop the Joker, but as the Flash, Green Lantern, and the bomb itself seems to explode, it transports some of the heroes to that alternate timeline where Superman kills the Joker and he goes evil and basically does martial law on the world with his own band of heroes that decided to join his cause. So it basically has the normal heroes of the DC universe fighting against these mirror versions of each other, and the storyline again is the main hook that I'm looking forward to playing this game. But it also has, it's a beat 'em up with the DC characters, so you can do a Batman versus Superman, or a Batman versus the Joker, or Harley Quinn or Catwoman versus Wonder Woman. I'm a huge fan of that kind of situation, so really looking forward to that. And they also have a top 10 best boss battles, Castlevania memorable moments, and tips and strategies for Fire Emblem Awakening. So really good issue, and I'm still not a big fan of the new format that they've picked up, but all in all, pretty good. Mentioned this on my WrestleMania video that I went to see G.I. Joe Retribution, or Retaliation. I forget. I always get those two mixed up when I'm talking about the movie, but it's the sequel to G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. Way superior sequel in my opinion. I just thought it was a better movie. They respected the characters, or at least the look of the characters, a lot more, and they cut down on some of the characters, so it allows the movie to focus more on the characters. So I thought that was pretty cool. So we went to see that movie, and I forgot to include this one on the last pickup video, but my girlfriend got for me this cup. And it has the characters. It has that actress whose name I forget, but she was going to be Wonder Woman on that TV show that never got picked up. It has The Rock. It has Bruce Willis. It has Shannon Tatum, which you know, he's on the cover and on the posters and on the trailers, but he's not that much in the movie. And a way better design for Snake Eyes. One thing I didn't like about the first one is that Snake Eyes had these weird lips on the mask, and it just annoyed me. But they fixed that, so Snake Eyes looks a lot better on this movie. They also have Jinx, who's actually a hero in the movie, but they put her on the villain side of this cup, which I found weird. The other character I didn't like the design on the first movie was Cobra Commander. That costume was not cool, but they redesigned it for the second one. He looks a lot better, way better on the second one. Looks a lot like the character from the cartoon, so that's always a plus. Then they have Storm Shadow, and they have Firefly, who's played by the actor that did the Punisher Warzone movie, so I thought that was cool. So, really an awesome cast for the movie, and if you haven't seen G.I. Joe, give it a chance. If you're afraid it's going to be as bad as the first one, don't. It's actually a pretty awesome movie, so I'm really glad my girlfriend got for me this cup, because I think it's pretty awesome. Don't usually do food pickups, but I went to a Walmart, and every time I go to Walmart, I have this addiction for double stuffed Oreos. But what I do is that even double stuff isn't enough cream filling for me, so I just split them apart and create this mega stuff cookie. Apparently a lot of people like that as well, because Oreo released this limited edition mega stuff cookie. So I couldn't pass up buying it, especially because it's that limited edition, and since I'm a comic book collector, my brain is hardwired to want to buy something that's limited edition. But hopefully this will come up. This is a normal double stuffed cookie, and this is the mega stuffed cookie. Basically, they did what I've always been doing. They took two of these and smashed them together into one of these. So you get more cream filling. And the only problem is that it doesn't have that many cookies. I think I would have been better off buying a regular bag of double stuff and putting them together to create the mega stuff. But again, it said limited edition, and I have a really bad addiction for the cream filling in Oreo, so I can pass up buying a mega stuff bag. So yeah. Picked up a couple of movies on that trip when I picked up the Oreos. Went to see this movie last year with my girlfriend, and we both really enjoyed it. So I picked up the 5-Year Engagement, starring Emily Blunt and what's his name? Yeah, Jason Segel. I always forget his name for some reason. It's about this couple that gets engaged, and they have their up and downs during their 5-year engagement. It's a really funny movie. It's directed by, I think it's produced by Judd Apatow. Yeah, it's produced. And his movies, he's the same guy that directed 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up. But ever since Funny People, he's been doing movies that are funny in some parts, and they're kind of really depressing on another ones. Funny People had Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen, and some parts were really funny, and then some parts were kind of a downer. This one had the same thing, but it's still an awesome movie. I would definitely recommend it nonetheless. Really good movie, and I enjoyed that a lot. Went to a Target, because I went to a Walmart and a Target and a Big Lots. Went to a Target because they had a bunch of movies on sale for $10. And one of those movies is a movie that I really, really wanted because I enjoyed it when I went to see it. Not a lot of people liked it. Personally, I think they could have compressed the movie into 2, but they decided that they're going to do 3, which I'm not really that happy about, but I really liked this movie. So went to Target because it was there for $10, and my girlfriend actually bought the movie for me, and I thought that was pretty awesome of her. So we got The Hobbit for $10 at that Target. It's a 2-disc edition, which I thought might have a lot of special features, but it doesn't. The other disc is it's a DVD, and the other disc is that digital copy thing, which kind of really sucks. But I was looking at the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray doesn't have any that many special features either. Both this DVD and the Blu-ray only has 10 featurettes by Peter Jackson, which is like the production of The Hobbit. No audio commentary, nothing. But the Blu-ray has the same special features, so I don't feel too bad about that. Somewhere down the line, I don't know, I haven't seen it announced, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, that they're going to release an extended version of The Hobbit. The Hobbit lasts around 3 hours, but I know that there's an extended cut somewhere, so if they release an extended cut and it has a buttload of special features, I might pick that one up as well. But I really like this one because the slipcase has this really cool looking chrome cover, and the sword, changes color. So I still really love this edition, and really happy my girlfriend got it for me because I love The King of the Rings, and this movie was pretty awesome. Still think they should have done it in 2 though. Picked up. What did I pick up? I think we went to I picked this up at a Goodwill. And I have a statue based on this, and I have the sequel, but I picked up Superman Batman Public Enemies. This is based on the first couple of issues of Superman Batman, the comic book. This is where, in this movie, Lex Luthor is nominated president. Well, it's not nominated. Lex Luthor is elected president of the United States. So he tries to get superheroes to come work for him, and Superman doesn't like that. Giant kryptonite meteor is going to crash on Earth. So Lex Luthor he says that this is going to cause Superman to go crazy. So he puts a bounty on his head. So it's basically Superman and Batman trying to figure out the truth behind Lex Luthor, and fight against villains like Gorilla Grodd or superheroes like Captain Atom. So it's a really good movie. It also stars the voice of Kevin Conroy and Tim Daly, who were the voices of Superman and Batman in their respective cartoons. So this is really cool. I would definitely give this one a chance because this is a great movie. This one and the sequel, Superman Batman Apocalypse, are really 2 good DC animated movies, so recommend that. I already own this one. I actually got this this movie for my birthday, and it's my favorite movie of all time. I've mentioned this a bunch of times, and I even did a list where I claim this as my favorite movie of all time. But at that Goodwill that I went to, they had this movie, and let me show you the one I got. This is the version that I got for one of my birthdays. It's in Spanish. It says El extraño mundo de Jack, which sometimes bugs me that to have that name. I've never liked that name, and it comes in Spanish and in English, and it has a very few special features. So when I went to that Goodwill, they had the same edition, but this one has a nice chrome look to it. This one says The Nightmare Before Christmas, but this one has more special features. It actually has the complete Vincent movie and the complete uncut version of Frankenweenie. So I already own that, but I couldn't pass up being able to see the original Frankenweenie and Vincent, which is Tim Burton's first movies. Plus, it has an audio commentary and a still frame storyboard to film comparison, and one more behind the scenes thing that the other one doesn't have. The problem is that this one doesn't come in Spanish, so I'll keep both versions in case someone wants to see it in Spanish, and this one in case someone wants to see the special features. So yeah, I'm weird that way. Went to a Walmart and picked up some movies there. I actually didn't pick up anything at Big Lots. I thought I did. Went to a Walmart, and I was going through the $5 bin, and I picked up some movies there. and I like wrestling. Well, lately not so much. But I like WWE. I like Mexican luchadors, but I've also gotten really into UFC. Not as much. I've missed the last couple of events, but my girlfriend doesn't. She saw one of the fights with me, and it was a really bloody fight, so she didn't like it that much. But I still like UFC nonetheless, and they had this one there, and it's UFC Ultimate Submissions. It has 30 bouts that end on some epic submissions. So this was $5, but I couldn't pass it up. I actually like these. I have the other one that's the UFC's Greatest Knockouts. I enjoyed that one a lot. So this has the. I'm hoping it has the complete fights. At least it says it has 20 full-length fights, and the duration of this is 159 minutes. So I'm hoping it has the complete fights, all in all. But this one was $5. It's still sealed. Have not seen it, but I want to see this one. Also, really disappointed it doesn't have any special features. I would love to see an interview with the people involved in this movie. But I picked up Rocky 3. This is the one where Hulk Hogan makes an appearance as Thunder Lips, and it has Rocky fighting Mr. T. Well, Mr. What's his name? Clubber Lang. They talk to Clubber Lang like, "What's your prediction about the fight, Clubber?" He's like, My prediction is pain." So this was pretty cool. Definitely changes the tone on the Rocky movies compared to the first one, the second one, and even the sixth one. They have a really consistent tone, and then this one goes all over the top. Not the Stallone movie. It just it goes really over the top with the zaniness, especially during that fight with Hulk Hogan, because Rocky's a boxer and he's up against a wrestler, and Hulk Hogan's like really huge compared to Stallone. So it's a fun movie nonetheless. So and I needed this and the one I'm going to show next to it to complete my Rocky collection. But Rocky 3. The only bummer is that it doesn't have any special features. I love special features, and whenever a movie has no special feature, I'm always really disappointed. But the other movie I picked up is Rocky 4, where they kill Apollo Creed, and Rocky goes to Russia, and he trains while Ivan. I forgot his name. With Drago, I always called him Draco for some reason, but it's Drago, and has this really high tech training equipment, and they're pumping him full of steroids. The end speech is kind of ridiculous. I've always found the end speech kind of funny, but and Rocky doesn't really have any technique on this one. He just takes punches from a guy that killed Apollo Creed. If he dies, he dies. So yeah, that by the end of this movie he has brain damage. But still, it's a fun movie nonetheless. I still enjoyed it. The only movie I'm missing now is Rocky 5, and I don't like Rocky 5 at all. It has some good elements, but I don't like Rocky 5. I wouldn't pay $5 for Rocky 5. If I see it used at a swap meet for 15 pesos, I'd buy it just to complete the series. But I don't want Rocky 5. I'm happy with Rocky 4 and then having this skip to Rocky Balboa. But really, really cool that I'm almost, as far as I'm concerned, I have a complete Rocky set. Again, if I see it, Rocky 5 cheap, I'll buy it. But that's my least favorite movie in the Rocky series. And another series that I'm almost completed is Final Destination. This is Final Destination 5. I'm missing the Final Destination, which is the fourth one. That's the one I saw in Big Lots, which I thought I picked up, but I didn't. Because I actually saw a bunch of movies at Big Lots that I wanted to get, but I decided I wasn't going to buy as many movies, so I left them all. I had like 5 movies, and in the cart, and I left them all. But when I went to that Goodwill and to Walmart, I saw all these bunch of movies, and I kind of went crazy again, and I picked up all of them. But Final Destination 5 is actually better, in my opinion, than Final Destination 4, or The Final Destination. I have a real issue with that, because The Final Destination, I guess what they were doing is that they thought that, and technically it is, and I'll explain why, but The Final Destination, I think that was supposed to be the final movie in the series. That's why it's The Final Destination, it's not a description, it's more like a statement. I think that's what they were going for, that it's The Final Destination, the end of the series. And technically it is, because Final Destination 5, it has better kills, but it's a prequel. The events of this movie takes place before the first one. So, again, that kind of, in my opinion, it validates my point as to why 4 is called The Final Destination. But then this one should have been Final Destination 0. It shouldn't have been Final Destination 5, even though it's the 5th movie to be released. But, again, the kills are way better in this one than the 4th one. The 4th one is my least favorite. That's why I put it back on the bin at Big Lots. This one had way better kills. The laser eye thing is the better one, in my opinion. And again, it's a prequel to the first one. So, the kind of confusing, because I'm going to have 5, then 1, 2, 3, and then the, instead of having 1, 2, 3, the, and 5. Because while I do like to keep a numerical order on my movies, I also like to keep a storyline order on my movies, so this is going to go first. But if you haven't seen it, give it a watch. They haven't made a new Final Destination movie for a reason. I think people got tired of it, because they never really explained why Death has this really messed up sense of humor, that he gives people visions and then he comes up with elaborate ways to kill them. I actually like the elaborate ways that everything is set up, and then, oh, something else happens. But, so yeah, I'm missing the 4th one. I want to get it just to complete the series, but, yeah, Final Destination 5, one of the better ones in the series. Again, first one's my favorite one. Actually, 1st, 4th, 3rd, 5th, and then 4th. In that order is the order of my favorite one, so, yeah. Only missing one movie and I'll complete that series. But that was the very... Wow, I'm talking for 23 minutes almost. It was a very small haul, but I somehow extended it to 23 minutes. So if you've followed me through this long, my hat is off to you. So I didn't think I was going to take that long. But I guess even though it's a small haul, I just had a lot to talk about. But, yeah, that's the haul that I have. Like always, I like to make a recommendation of the standout gems of the haul. And even though there are little, I'm going to go with, of course, superheroes. Nothing beats Superman and Batman on the same team, especially voiced by Kevin Conroy and Tim Daly. And Lex Luthor, the voice of Lex Luthor is also the same one from the cartoon. So that gives it an extra wow factor for me, because the same voices from the cartoon do the characters, and in my opinion, Kevin Conroy has such an awesome Batman voice that whenever I don't hear him in a cartoon, it kind of throws me off. But actually, Kevin Conroy also does the voice in Injustice, so that's another wow extra factor for Injustice. I really want to get that one, because it also has elements, it seems, from Arkham Asylum. So yeah, Superman, Batman, and I'm gonna go with The Nightmare Before Christmas, just because it's my favorite movie of all time, and it's an awesome movie. There's a reason why this one is my favorite movie of all time, so I'm gonna recommend it because I re-picked it up, all because of 3 special features. But yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. So again, I've been talking for almost 25 minutes. Thank you so much to everyone that stayed with me for this long. And until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78, signing off.